Oh my God, this is amazing.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Baz, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, couldn't be better, man. Not only am I a huge fan of your work since 1996 when Romeo and Juliet came out,
Wow.
but you're also the reason I wear sunscreen since 1998.
Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded.
You better wear that sunscreen. That sun's dangerous, man.
I gotta tell you, man, Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen was one of the first songs I played on the air when I started doing radio back then.
Wow. Man, I'm honored. I'm super honored.
So,
yeah.
It is an honor and it's great to meet you, Baz. Hey, and by the way, congratulations because 2026 is the 30th anniversary of Romeo and Juliet.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think is the most valuable lesson you learned from that movie 30 years ago that defined your work as a director and a creator?
Well, when we made Romeo and Juliet, I never thought it was going to be a big deal. I was a bit like, yeah, of course, I'm just going to interpret Romeo and Juliet in this world. But when it came out, it was so divided criticism. And I just went like, well, a bit like Elvis, actually, and he says it in Epic. There are going to be people who like things you do and people who don't. And you can only be true to yourself. And I think the lesson I learned was stick with telling the stories the way I tell them. Because I can't escape myself. And whether people like them or not, it's just the way I see it. You know, it's the way I tell it.
All right, let's talk about Epic because, man, I swear to God, I finished the movie and I was like, oh my God, I want to watch this right now again and again and again.
Wow. Wow.
Tell me what's the story behind all that footage?
Yeah, well, it was an accident.
Oh.
Like I'm making Elvis the movie. I'd heard these rumors about lost footage.
Yes.
We get the money to be able to go into the literal salt mines in Kansas. They kick the door in the MGM vaults and there's like 65 boxes of footage. 35, 16, and some 8mm that we came into control of. But no sound. And it took 2 years to recover mag tape, which was the original sound. Had to even go to gangsters and buy black market stuff, and some very generous collectors gave us stuff. So we go, well, what are we going to do? Then we find this audio tape of Elvis speaking very unguarded. Now, everything about Elvis is always people talking about him. So we think, why don't we let Elvis just sing and tell his story like he comes to you in a dream? And that was the beginning of the idea. So all the musical choices, 72 songs, were about just illuminating him telling you it as he says at the beginning of the film from his side of the story.
Yeah, man, I think this is the first time we see Elvis in such a human way.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, was it a hard decision for you to say, okay, I'm gonna show the world this guy that they adore, not like this godlike figure, but the goofy side of Elvis?
No, it was the opposite. You realize that Colonel or whatever would have taken all the goofy side and the fun side out because they wanted to present him as perfect.
Yeah.
And what makes an artist is their imperfections. What makes an artist is that it's the things about Elvis that are kind of silly and goofy, and I'm sure he did it just to make other people feel comfortable. But that's who he is. You know, like he looks like a god, but he's actually still quite this very sensitive, insecure, poorest kid from East Tupelo. And as he says, the image is one thing, but the man is another. And we wanted to show the man.
I know that making a movie from scratch, casting, filming, pre and post, music, is a hard process.
Yeah.
But even though with Epic you have all the material in your hands,
Yeah.
how difficult was to do justice to that footage to create something this beautiful and emotional?
Well, strangely, it was one of the most enjoyable things I've ever made. And I think it's because by the time you write a script, do pre-production, argue about budget, finally get into development, shooting, and you get to post, it's a athlete's run. You're exhausted. Whereas with this, I just had the joy of turning up and looking at all this footage, and the lead player was absolutely iconically gifted. So it was, working with Jono was kind of more enjoyable than anything.
Okay, I think it's fair to say that you've been around Elvis for quite some time, since 2022, I guess. So after this deep dive, what's the thing you admire the most about Elvis as a performer, as an artist, as a musician, as a person?
I think I think with all of what, I admire his astounding ability with music, great. But I think his humility. I think he remains humble and also empathetic. And whatever people put on him, you can't escape the fact that he was kind and cared about human beings.
Okay, it's not every day that you have Baz Luhrmann with you, so I gotta ask, as a great lover of music myself and knowing that you love music because you mix that perfectly with cinema, what are you listening these days?
Gee, I listen to all kinds of music. I really do love the Rosalia album. I love that. I think it's freaking awesome.
All right, great. Hey, Baz, an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time and have a great and amazing day. Thank you for that epic movie.
Thank you, my brother.
Same.
You take care.